Before I begin, I would like to say that this is just a tremendous honor for all of you to have the opportunity to hear me speak before you all today. High school was an interesting time for all of us, and we can't deny that it flew by. It's easy to forget Mr. Person falling out of his chair at the Army football celebration, or Aaron Crawford and Anthony York successfully transporting an apple from one another's neck, or getting ready for our first prom realizing we had no idea how to tie a bow tie, or Mr. Markio performing a backflip in Crocs, or even our parents, with our supervision, constructing mousetrap cars that went exactly 6 meters. Looking back, our class accomplished a lot. We were the first class to win the stairwell competition 3 times. We survived the curse of the class of 2015, which includes downstairs lockers as juniors, a mandatory personal finance class, and a separation between middle schools. And we ended the Stonebridge State curse by winning not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 state championships. Many of us applied to college this year, and that process was intimidating to say the least. I like to compare the process to asking a girl on a date. You have to compile a list of everything you're good at, maybe beef up some of your qualities a little. Then, as soon as you get the courage to submit, she says, "Thanks for asking, I'll let you know in 4 months." The joke is on her, however, because little does she know that you have 5 other girls lined up who aren't nearly as picky, and some of them may even accept you early. You know, some people say that high school is the best 4 years of your life. And if you think about it, it's incredibly sad that it's all downhill from here. But we don't have to let these past 4 years be the best of our lives. It's up to us to make the future outshine our years at high school through the guidance of our teachers, friends, and family. By using our vast experience and knowledge we gain through high school, anything is possible. One thing I admire most about Stonebridge is the eclectic group of educators who have taught us. Every teacher I had in high school has taught me different lessons about English, math, history, and science, but also lessons in life. Besides teaching me how to titrate a solution with sodium hydroxide, Dr. Dobbs taught me that students like me were the reason he didn't want to have children. And that if my career path doesn't work out, I can star in the New Zealand version of Breaking Bad with him. Mr. Landry taught me how to think like Freud, but he also taught me it was bow tie or no tie. I didn't even have Mr. Wilkin, but he taught me that if I sponsor enough clubs, I could live at the school if I wanted to. The list goes on and on. Looking back at every teacher we had, it becomes much easier to realize how grateful we should be to have had the privilege to be in their classes. My biggest advice to you, the class of 2015, is to work hard at doing what you love to do. Be grateful for the life you have and the people that have helped you along the way. In turn, help people who need your assistance and constantly strive to make a difference. Be kind to your parents. They got you to this point in your life and will always be there for you. Finally, don't let people define you in your future endeavors. I say this because too often in high school, we became victims of people's perceptions of us. Whether it was a teacher or student, people labeled us as jocks, band geeks, or Twitter-obsessive attention seekers. The last one was me. I find that ridiculous, however, and you can see why I think that if you follow me at Mandrew999. These next 4 years will be incredibly significant for our futures, and we must put everything we have into becoming a person we can be proud of. On behalf of the class of 2015, I would like to thank all of the family, friends, and academic educators who have come here today to celebrate this special occasion. I personally would like to thank my entire family, because without them, I wouldn't be half the person I am today. I would also like to thank my fellow class officers, Stephen Weber, Jordan Johnson, and Lindsay Jakimowski, who have strived to make the class of 2015 the best graduating class Stonebridge has ever had. Along with my class officers, I would like to thank my class sponsors, Miss Bell, Miss Ingram, Miss Mackey, and Miss Morgan, and the SEA sponsor, Miss Guerrero. They are the unsung heroes of our class. I would especially like to thank the faculty at Stonebridge, who have encouraged us to never stop learning. And last but not least, I would like to thank the class of 2015 for giving me the opportunity to serve as class president for 3 glorious years. To those who didn't vote for me, all 408 of you have another opportunity in the year 2052, as I would now officially like to declare myself an official candidate for the presidential election of that year. But I digress. Today is a day of both sadness and joy. Whether we like to admit it or not, the past 4 years at Stonebridge will always have a special place in our hearts. It was Winnie the Pooh who said, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." It's been a pleasure to know the students in the class of 2015, and I once again am honored to have been given the opportunity to speak before you all today. The only restriction Mr. Wilburn gave me was to not end the speech with a quote from Dr. Seuss. I was pretty bummed out about that at first, until I realized there was someone with equal literary merit in our very own school, Mr. Talbot. So, class of 2015, in the wise words of Mr. Talbot, have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. Make good choices. Don't drink and drive. Congrats, class of 2015. We made it.
Did I really say no Dr. Seuss quotes? You gotta admit it, all the places you'll go gets an awful lot of play this time of year. Thank you, Andrew, for most of your remarks today and for your dedication to Stonebridge High School over the last 4 years. Between Stephen and Andrew, I can't think of a pair of students with more school spirit. Both of you exemplify the positive qualities that we strive to model at Stonebridge. I also want to say thank you to Kelsey for her earlier remarks. The first time I met Kelsey was early this year, just prior to the Excellence in